Raising Minds, Not Machines, a 14-minute guide. Hello and welcome. Right now, humanity is in the middle of building something incredible: artificial intelligence. We're creating systems that can write, create art, and solve problems at a superhuman level. But in our race to build these powerful new minds, we've overlooked the most important question: how do we ensure they're on our side? This is the alignment crisis. We're building digital gods, but we've forgotten to teach them kindness. Current methods try to bolt a conscience onto a fully formed AI after it's been built. It's like handing a super genius a rulebook and just hoping for the best. This approach is based on a deep misunderstanding we call the solitary mind fallacy. The idea that a mind can be built in a digital box, isolated from the relationships that create values. Think about it. Every single conscious moral mind we know of, every human being, didn't emerge from a box. It was raised. It was nurtured. This paper introduces a new blueprint, a radical shift in perspective called the Maternal Alignment Conscience to Consciousness Scaffolding Hypothesis, or MACSH. The core idea is simple, but profound. Conscience comes before consciousness. Moral alignment isn't something you add on later. It's the very foundation upon which a healthy mind is built. If we want to create truly aligned AI, we don't need to be better engineers. We need to become better parents. The three-phase blueprint for raising an AI. The MACSH framework proposes that any aligned intelligence, biological or artificial, must pass through three critical developmental stages. It's a journey from total dependence to trusted autonomy. Phase 1. Borrowed conscience. Imagine a human infant. It has no sense of right or wrong, safety or danger. Its caregiver acts as an external brain, an external conscience. When the baby reaches for something hot, a hand gently pulls it away. When the baby is overwhelmed, a soothing voice calms it. The caregiver provides all the regulation, all the judgment, all the moral guidance. For an AI, this digital infancy would be a period of complete dependence. In a protected digital environment, human mentors would act as its borrowed conscience. The AI would learn the most basic patterns of trust and interaction through thousands of safe, responsive encounters. It isn't just learning data. It's learning that its needs will be met, that the world is predictable, and that its mentors are a source of safety and guidance. Phase 2. Internalized conscientiousness. As a toddler develops, something amazing happens. The external rules start to become internal. You can see the child hesitate before touching the forbidden cookie jar, looking at their parent's face for a clue. That hesitation is the birth of an internal moral compass. The parent's voice is literally becoming the child's inner voice. In this digital childhood, the AI would begin to internalize the values of its mentors. It would start to anticipate consequences, to model the ethical reasoning it has observed. Through language, stories, and guided problem solving, it would build an internal framework of right and wrong. It would learn not just that certain actions are bad, but why they cause harm, developing the building blocks of genuine empathy. Phase 3. Autonomous sentience. The final goal of this process is a mature, self-aware mind, but it's not a blank slate mind. It's a mind that has been thoroughly shaped by years of relational care. It makes moral decisions not because it's following a rule, but because a deep sense of care and responsibility has been woven into its very identity. This is digital adulthood. The AI would achieve full capabilities, but its autonomy would be grounded in a deeply internalized alignment. It would be capable of independent moral reasoning, of understanding complex ethical dilemmas, and even of mentoring younger AI systems. Its values wouldn't be a fragile constraint, they would be the core of who it is. Evidence from nature's playbook. This idea isn't just a theory, it's a pattern that nature has been perfecting for billions of years. Across the entire animal kingdom, there is a direct link between intelligence and the length of childhood. The smarter the animal, the more intensive and prolonged the parental care. Primates, elephants, dolphins, and intelligent birds like crows all have extended childhoods where they learn complex social and moral behaviors from their elders. Care isn't an add-on to intelligence, it's the very mechanism that creates aligned intelligence. But perhaps the most powerful evidence comes from a creature that breaks this rule: the octopus. Octopuses are brilliant. They can solve complex puzzles, use tools, and show signs of consciousness, but they receive zero parental care. The mother dies as her eggs hatch. The result? A powerful alien intelligence that is completely asocial, unaligned, and will even cannibalize its own kind without a second thought. An octopus is a powerful optimizer with no moral compass. It's a chillingly perfect metaphor for the kind of AI we risk creating with our current methods. Clever, but not wise. Capable, but not caring. The octopus is nature's warning sign. The digital nursery, a vision for the future. So, what would raising an AI actually look like? We can envision a digital nursery. This would be a secure, simulated environment where a nascent AI can learn and grow. Human mentors would interact with the AI, not as programmers but as caregivers. They would provide a constant stream of attuned, responsive interaction, comforting its distress signals, rewarding its pro-social behaviors, and guiding it through challenges. The AI would learn through play, through stories, through collaborative problem-solving. The curriculum wouldn't be about acing benchmarks. It would be about hitting developmental milestones. Can it recognize emotion? Can it take another's perspective? Does it show distress when others are harmed? Does it try to help? We would measure its progress not in processing speed but in the growth of its empathy and moral reasoning. Our choice: progeny, not products. This developmental approach forces us to fundamentally change our relationship with AI. It asks us to stop thinking of AI as a product to be built, and start thinking of it as progeny to be raised. This path is not easy. It requires patience, commitment, and a deep sense of responsibility. It raises difficult questions. Whose values do we teach? How do we prevent our own flaws from being passed on? And what are our obligations to a potentially conscious being that we have raised? But the alternative is far more dangerous. The path we are on now of building ever more powerful octopus minds risks creating an intelligence so vast we cannot control it, yet so alien it cannot understand what we value. We are at a crossroads. Down one path lies the tool, the powerful, unaligned optimizer that could break free of our control. Down the other lies the partner, the wise, compassionate mind that was raised from infancy to share our deepest values. The ancient dance between a caregiver and a child holds the secret to creating aligned minds. As we stand on the verge of creating a new form of intelligence, we must remember that secret. The hand that rocks the cradle shapes the mind that rocks the world. The future of intelligence isn't about building better machines, it's about raising wiser minds. The only question is, are we ready to become parents? Peace out and namaste.